Here's Barry Rice.
How are you guys doing tonight? Are you having fun so far? Good dinner and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, my name is the Amazing Barry, and it's a Magic Club meeting. I am here to do magic for you, but I've got a little bit of a confession to make. The first thing that I do in my magic show, technically it's not magic. It's something I practice long and hard. It's really difficult to do, and I think it's impressive to watch, but technically it doesn't fall into that category of magic. Will you indulge me?
Yes.
All right, excellent. It takes a ping pong ball and it goes something like this. 1, 2, and 3.
Whoa!
I know, it's pretty good, isn't it? I told you it wasn't magic. Let's do some actual magic instead. I need somebody to help me out. Who would like to volunteer? Would you like to volunteer?
Okay.
All right, hey, actually, let's get him. I got another plan for you. All right, let's see here. What's your name?
Jack.
Jack. It's a pleasure to meet you, Jack. My name's Barry. How old are you, Jack?
8.
Is that 8 and 8? I'm the same way right now. I'm 41 now because it's my birthday. I forget really easy. Well, and so as an 8-year-old, Jack, are you in Boy Scouts?
Yeah.
You are. How do you like it so far?
Good.
Good. Have they taught you anything about tying knots yet? That's what I learned about in Boy Scouts. Did they have? Did they teach you the most important thing about tying knots?
They taught me the square knot.
They taught you the square knot? And when you tie the square knot, they always tell you to use the ends of the rope, don't they? You can't do it with the middle, can you? So hold your hand out for me, Jack. Just like that. You take those ends, you squeeze them tight. Squeeze them. Because you've got the ends, I've got the middle. What that means is I can't possibly tie a knot in the rope. The best I can hope for is something like a loop, but if I let go, then you see it's not really a knot. But Jack, you have the ends. And if you'll take that hand right there and squeeze here, see when Jack squeezes it, since he has the ends, let go with just his hand. Let go with just his hand. Let go. He's actually able to tie a knot. You didn't know you could do that, did you? It's easier than the square knot, isn't it? Now the same thing goes for untying it. I can loosen it up, but I can't untie it. But you give it a squeeze, Jack. Squeeze it. And when he squeezes it, you see that knot, it melts away. I don't know if you guys noticed, but he is squeezing that really hard, and that's when the magic happens. When you squeeze it, that's when the magic happens. You may have squeezed that too tight. Loosen up for me. Oh no, that's what I was worried about. Oh, Jack, we got to fix this. I don't know if you know this, but it's Indiana state law that you have to rectify all impossible situations. So here, what I want you to do is I want you to take that, hold it up just like that. Open your hand up for me, and we're going to take the middle of the rope, which is, I guess, everywhere right now, and we're going to wrap it around the ends. Now, drop your hand for me, Jack. Does that look like the ends are back on the rope? You look thoroughly unconvinced. What if I do this? How about that? No! But that's not really what I wanted to show you, Jack. What I wanted to show you was a trick with 2 ropes. So I'll cut it in half, just like that. And those are about the same length. I actually need one to be longer than the other. So take that and give it a pull for me, Jack. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Stop pulling. That's perfect. Let go, Jack. All right, so that means we've got a long rope and a short rope. And here's what we're going to do, Jack. We're going to take the short rope, and we're just going to push it into the long rope. So watch the short rope as it gets shorter and shorter and shorter until we're left just a little knot. And if we untie that knot, Jack, we go right back to where we started with one long piece of rope. Everybody give Jack a big round of applause. Thank you so much for helping me out.
Good job.
All right, every magician has their favorite kind of magic. Some people like rope tricks, some people like coin tricks, some people like the grand illusions. My favorite, you know what my favorite is? Absolutely, it's card tricks. That's like 90% of magicians' favorites. I don't know. Or at least it's the one we do. So we're going to do a little bit of a card trick. You said you wanted to help out?
Okay.
Can I get you to come on up?
Yeah.
And who else would like to help? You want to help? Come on up. All right, let's see here. I want you guys to switch places. And what are your names?
Claire.
Claire and Alex. It's a pleasure to meet you, Claire and Alex. Most of the time when we do card tricks, you're going to be worried about what the card is, like the ace of clubs. Or you're going to be worried about where it is on the bottom of the deck, in my pocket, something like that. This isn't one of those card tricks. This is one where we're worried about how many cards there are, okay? So I'm going to start off by giving you 20 cards, Alex, okay? Hold your hand out for me, and we'll do it. You're good at math, aren't you?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. I love the confidence. Easily C- area, something. It's okay. It shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to start off by giving you 5. If I give you 5 more, that makes
10.
Very good. 5 more mates.
15.
And 5 more mates. Very good. I knew you were good at math. All right, Alex. The next question is, do you trust me?
Not at all.
Smart kid. You know magicians, don't you?
Technically, I am.
Oh, there you go. Then he knows exactly why. Okay. All right, here's what I need you to do then. I want to check that I actually gave you 20 cards. And the way I want you to do that is start by counting half of them into my hand one at a time out loud, okay?
Okay.
So just half of 20 is? All right, so one at a time so everybody else can see too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Now, Claire, oh good, you have pockets. Girls almost never have pockets for some reason. But you've got pockets. Take those, put them in your pocket, or you can stand on them, just put them somewhere I can't get to it. Okay? And Alex, count the other 10 cards into my hand, one at a time out loud.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Man, sweatshirt weather is fantastic. Everybody's got pockets. It gives you lots of options. You can put them in your pants pocket if you want. You can put them in that front pocket if you want. You can stand on them. You can put them in your hood if you want. Somewhere I can't get to them. All right?
Okay.
So, Claire, how many cards do you have?
10.
And Alex, how many cards do you have?
10.
Perfect. Here's what we're going to do. I've got all these different cards. I'm just going to ask you to say stop. All right?
Stop.
Right there? Below the 10 of spades, whatever card this is, I'm going to take that many cards away from Claire and give them to Alex. All right? Nothing's happened yet, so don't worry. 3. I can handle 3. You ready? Here we go. That's 1. That's 2. That is hard work.
Oh my God.
I don't know why some people think magicians are creepy.
Come on. Now we know why.
Yeah, so, all right, Claire, so that makes 3. You start off with how many cards?
10.
And I said I was going to take away,
3.
which would leave you with,
7.
do you think it worked?
I don't know.
Reach into your pocket, pull out all the cards one at a time out loud so everybody can hear, count them into my hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh!
There's not any lots in there, are there?
No.
No? Alex, you start off with how many cards?
10.
And I said I was going to give you,
3.
which would mean you now have,
13.
reach into your pocket, pull out all the cards one at a time out loud, count them into my hand.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Give them a big round of applause. Thank you. Oh, you already helped. Let's see. Who, you want to help? Would you like a chance to win fabulous prizes?
Sure.
All right, perfect. Not a million fabulous prizes. Maybe if you get down to the atomic scale, it's like, what is it, 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd? It's like a mole. Never mind. That's too many science classes. I'm sorry. Adam, right?
Yep.
All right, Adam. We're going to play a little bit of a game here, Adam, and your potential prize is this $1 bill. Here's what we're doing. There's money involved. I'm going to tell you this right up front, though, and you know this. I am a magician. I cheat. You don't have a chance of winning this, but it's the exercise that's important. So what I'm going to do, Alex, is I'm going to take... Did I get that right, or did I mix you up? Adam. Last guy was Alex. 2 A names, that's a mistake. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dollar bill. We're going to put it in here just like that. Do me a favor, go like this. Perfect. There we go. That stuff's disgusting. All right, so we have 3 different envelopes here. And it is your job to guess which one has the dollar bill in it. Now, I could mix them up in front of you just like that. You might be able to watch it, so I'm taking that out of your view. I wasn't paying attention. None of us are sure which one is in which of the 3 envelopes there are. So here's where the game begins. You see, at this moment, you have to look at these 3 envelopes and decide, using what you know about me, in which of these 3 envelopes I would put the dollar. For instance, you might say to yourself, he seems like a very practical man. You might not say that about me, but you could say that about me. You could say, and being a practical man, I would want to keep the dollar as close to myself as possible. Therefore, you must choose the envelope closest to me. But then you might reconsider and say, he is a magician, and magicians are tricky. Therefore, I must choose the envelope furthest from me. Or you could say, he's the kind of person that would know that I would know these things. So obviously I can't pick the envelope closest to him. Obviously I can't pick the envelope closest to me. The only logical solution is to choose the envelope in the middle. It's quite dizzying, I know. But this is the point where you get to decide which of the 3 envelopes you're going to choose and see if you can possibly win the dollar. You're not going to cry when you lose, are you? No? Okay. I just wanted to make sure. It happens once in a while. So there are 3 envelopes. There's envelope 1, envelope 2, envelope 3. The choice is yours. Envelope 3. Here we go. She thinks you're wrong. Spoiler, you're wrong. Let's see if I can get it all the way open. All right. And I hate to tell you, but indeed, take a look. Go sit down. No, I mean, go sit down. No, you won. Man, I don't know. You win some, you lose some. I mean, there is one thing that makes me feel better about it, though. If the one thing that makes me feel better about having lost $1 is that if I had won the game, then you might have gotten this $20. And if you had happened to pick this one, I mean, obviously you would have been a loser if you had picked this one. But if you had chosen it, and I think I may have just ripped the top off of it, then you would have gotten a $10 bill. So, congratulations, you won, you beat me, but at least I got a consolation prize. All right, here's the point where you guys wish you hadn't come. No, the magicians in the room know, I'm sure you've all had this question before. People always go, how did you get into magic? And here's my story. You see, when I was growing up, I literally lived in the middle of a cornfield. You couldn't see anything but corn at certain times of the year from my house. And living way out in the middle of nowhere where I did, we only got one television channel. And every year on that television channel, they would have these fantastic magic specials, just about once a year, but I ate them up. And they always went the same way. You see, they would come out and they would do these fantastic grand illusions, some incredible card tricks, and they wrapped it up by doing some crazy and dangerous stuff. Just before that crazy and dangerous stuff, the magician would stare directly into the camera and say, whatever you do, don't try this at home. You never tell that to a teenage boy. I wanted to try those things. And so that's how I got started in magic. I went and I cracked open the books and I started studying and I started practicing. And I've been doing it for more than 20 years now. And at this point I can finally stand in front of you guys and say, whatever you do, don't try this next one at home. You've been to a magic show before, haven't you? What I have here are, I don't think you're going to want to, but what we have here are 5 stainless steel, double-edged razor blades. And I want you. What's that? Just make sure everybody's well insured, and no, don't do this. I do want you to see that they are indeed quite sharp. And they are double-edged. And as I said, don't try this one at home. I lost my... we'll do it without music. Or maybe we'll...
Okay, so at this point, I was using some music and you could just barely hear it in the background. I have permission to use it in live performances, but I don't have permission to use it here on the video. So I put some other music over this, and I hope you can enjoy it without hearing what is actually going on. It's mostly a visual kind of tricky.
only had 20 years.
Yes, the speaker's not that old. If you've got a Bluetooth speaker that's 20 years old, let me know about it. Let's see here. I need somebody who is not. You're not a magician, right?
No.
No. Are you from next door?
No,
Did you come
it's
over from?
German club, yeah.
What's that? Yeah. Okay. Do you mind if I pick on you a little bit? We're gonna pick on you a little bit. Then. Come on up. Give her a round of applause. Hi. What's your name?
Very great.
Mary Grace. Pleasure to meet you. Have a seat, Mary Grace. So you don't mind if I pick on you a little bit? Because we're going to do something. Now, I normally don't tell how I do my magic.
Okay.
But this time, everybody here is going to know exactly how this is done. Now, nobody's going to tell you. What's that?
The thing with the razor blades again.
I'm not going to do the thing with the razor blade. You want to try? You're not at home. No, we're going to do something completely different. And like I said, everybody here is going to know exactly how it works. But they're not going to tell you, okay? You're not going to tell her. I'm not asking, I'm telling. You're not going to tell her. Okay, no, don't tell her. Because we're gonna see how long we can string her along, all right? All right, so here's what I need you to do, Mary Grace. Put your hands out in front of you. Extend your index fingers just like so and point them towards each other. Hold on just like that, Mary Grace. That's backwards. My wife yells at me about that one. All right, Mary Grace, what we're going to do is we're going to take a sheet of toilet paper. We're going to roll it up into a little ball, just like so. And the way this game works is I'm going to go 1, 2, and on the count of 3, it either goes into my right hand or my left hand. And it's your job to guess which hand it's in. Which one do you think it's in? This one's practice. The right hand? Yeah. You're absolutely right. She's very observant. Let's go. Yeah. Try it again. One more practice. 1, 2, 3. Which hand do you think it's in? Oh, wow. Batting 1,000. The bad news is this is where it gets harder. Are you ready? Here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Which hand is it in? No. Care for another guess? No, it's not in that one either. Here, I'll tell you what, Mary Grace. I know it's hard with just one piece of toilet paper. Let's use a few pieces of toilet paper. That's a little bit bigger. All right. You might notice one hand looks a little bigger than the other. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Which hand is it in? No. No, it's not in that one either. Here, I tell you what, Mary Grace. Let's make it a little bigger this time. There we go, just like that. All right, you might notice bits of it sticking out between my fingers. On the count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Which hand is it in? That's right, neither. Here, we'll try it again, Mary Grace. We'll make it a little bigger this time. All right, we're going to make it a little bigger this time, Mary Grace.
Okay.
Oh, oh she's gone! Oh! Well, thank you so much.
Did you guys see?
Man, I thought that trick was going to be over her head. Sorry. All right, let's see here. You know what? This is a new one. We're going to do something. Wait, you haven't helped yet, have you? Would you like to? Or I guess I could ask some of the adults too. But do you want to help? You don't want to? You want to help?
Sure.
All right. We're going to. I keep playing games today. I don't know.
Okay.
We're going to play a game. Have you ever played the game Russian roulette before?
No.
No.
You know what it is, though.
You know what it is. All right. Well, we're not exactly going to do that. We're going to do something very similar to Russian roulette. We'll use this table right over here. We have 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do a few more here. 4, 5, and 6. Now, for those of you who don't know, the game of Russian roulette, it's not a game that I hope people actually play, but the idea is one of 6 things is very dangerous, and with each attempt, you have to pick one of the 6. It's I won't get into too much detail because it's violent and terrible. But what we're going to do, what's your name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. We're going to take one of these cans of soda water, and we're going to shake it That's right. We're going to shake it up just like that. It's like that. Junior, she's like, yeah! We're going to shake it up. And I'm not just talking a little bit. I mean, we're going to shake it, get the centripetal force going that way, and back and forth. You want to shake it up some? Shake it up some. You're going to shake it up. That's right. I mean, perfect. That's well shaken. You can hear it going, can't you? That's physics. You want to shake it up? Shake that up. There you go. Got it?
Yeah.
All right. So now, I'm sorry, one more time. What was your name? Jennifer. We have one of 6 cans that is shaken beyond belief. If we open that up, then it is going to be a fizzy disaster. Somebody's taking a bath. Now there's 6 cans. What we're going to do, Jennifer, is you and I are going to take turns opening up the can until there is 1 can left. And if there's 1 can left, if we get down to this last super fizzy can, if we get down to this one last super fizzy can, then we'll release the pressure on it and everything, but nobody gets soaked. Otherwise, somebody's going to be a mess. You, me, maybe somebody else. I don't know. We'll probably pick on Scott. So here's what we're going to do, though. I'm going to mix the cans up. She's watching it here. You can't watch. No watching. All right. It wouldn't be fair if I was watching, though. So take them. I'm not going to look. I'm covering my eyes. Mix them up, Jennifer. That scares me whenever the audience laughs and I'm not part of it. Are we good? Or are they all shaking now? All right, so Jennifer, do you know where the fizzy can is?
No,
Do I know where the fizzy can is?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. You know what, though? Somebody out there might know where the fizzy can is. They might have been paying attention. Probably not, but let's be safe. I tell you what, I want you to keep shaking up the cans. I'm going to block their view. Or not shake up, mix up. Don't shake up all the cans. It would be a very different show at that point. Take the cans and mix them up. Don't let anybody see. Nobody look. No peeking. Keep mixing. I'm going to go back the other way, just so you say. Keep mixing them up. No cheating. Ow, that hurts my knees. Okay. All right, Jennifer. So at this point, you've mixed them up. I've mixed them up. Do you know where the fizzy can is? Still no. Do I know where the fizzy can is? Probably not. Do any of them know where the fizzy can is?
I don't think so.
So this is entirely a random guess. So if I were to take this one, put it right over your head like that. Are you okay with this?
Sure.
All right, here we go. Everybody count 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was. Ooh. Anybody like seltzer water? I love this stuff, and everybody else. Hey, do you want some seltzer water? There you go. Perfect. All right. You're going to be the only one that likes it, so you're going to drink several more cans of this. Hey, all right, Jennifer. Here's what we're going to do. You get to pick anyone. There are 5 cans remaining. One of them is an explosive disaster. Jennifer, pick one of the 5 cans. That one. Are you sure?
Sure.
I want you to take it up, hold it under my chin, open the can. Oh, she didn't hesitate. Did you notice that? I mean, she wasn't nervous at all. She was like, yeah. Ooh. I just punched myself in the tooth with that thing.
Yay.
All right, Jennifer. We have 4 left. I tell you what. Just pick one. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Me or him?
You.
Me?
Yep.
3.
3.
I was thinking the one to the left there.
3. Could have been a dangerous decision. I don't trust him. We're going to take it over you. You didn't know this was part of the challenge. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Anybody else want a seltzer?
No.
You want a seltzer? Have you ever had this stuff before? You're going to hate it. Looks like soda, doesn't taste like it. Is it okay? That's okay, new experience. All right, we have three cans of seltzer left. 3 cans of seltzer. Jennifer, this is my trick. I should be the one in the most danger. Pick one of the 3 cans remaining. Huh? I can. I'm just very slow and I'm trying to talk at the same time. So, Jennifer, take a can, open it up over my head. Oh. She's ruthless. She really is. All right. So one more. This one's a 50-50 shot. I tell you what, this is a club, isn't it?
Yes.
We got voting members here, don't we?
Yes.
And we have the president doesn't get to vote. The president just has to execute on what everybody else votes on.
Oh, crap.
So we have option A and we have option B. Everybody raise your hand who votes for option A.
Option 3.
We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 votes for option A. Who thinks option B? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Uh-oh. We got a tie. Scott, the president gets to break the tie. You want A or B?
Which one do you think is the fizzier one?
Straight from both up.
I think the one to my left.
This one right here?
No, I'm changing my mind to the one to the right. That one.
Are we ready? Scott, I don't know how much you know about statistics. Yeah, actually, I do know. You're a numbers guy.
Yeah.
You are definitely a numbers guy. So you realize the first can that we opened was a 1 in 6 chance that the person was going to take a bath. And then 1 in 5. And 1 in 4. And I hope you realize the chances that this one's going to explode are far higher than any of the others.
I realize that.
Now that everybody's perfectly aware. Here we go on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3.
What? Yay!
I think the same thing.
That is 5 out of the 6 cans. Jennifer, you may want to head back to your seat before I open this up. There's 1 can left. Because we're not going to do this over anybody's head, but I do want you to see that there is 1 fizzy can left. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Still good.
It's a little wet.
I need to do the whole SeaWorld splash zone thing in my show. I apologize.
Yay! It didn't get me.
We're cool.
I think we may have shaken it up too much, Jennifer. Oh, thank you. Okay.
I did say earlier I wanted the seltzer water.
There you go. You got all of it. I want to do one more card trick for you guys. And this one comes with a story too. A few years ago, I took a desk job. I went from being a waiter while I was in college. I was on my feet all day, and moving around a lot. And then I took a desk job, and I sat behind the desk all day long and started drinking coffee with lots of cream and sugar, and eating Snickers bars out of the vending machine, and not moving. And slowly, I started to put on a little extra padding. It was subtle at first. I didn't even notice until one night, my wife climbed into bed next to me, threw her arm across me, and said, "How's my big soft teddy bear?" And I went, "Don't you mean your rock solid teddy bear?" And she kind of gave me this look that said, "Yeah, no." So I decided to do something about it. And I decided that what I would do is I would go to the gym, and I'd find something I enjoyed doing so that I could be active again and I could lose some of the weight. I'd get into the gym, and one of the first things I saw was that they had a yoga class. And I thought, I can do yoga. I've seen it on TV. Part of what they do is they just lay there and breathe. I do that all the time at home. Granted, I have Cheetos and I'm watching the Discovery Channel, but it's basically the same thing, right? And also, I had this sense that yoga teachers were nice. They were pleasant people. And so when I went into the class, I started showing the other students some card tricks. And then the teacher walked in. And she was the meanest, angriest yoga teacher I have ever met in my life. And she saw that deck of cards in my hand, and she said, "If you're doing card tricks, they better be yoga card tricks." And I went, "I think I can make this work. Can I get you to help me out with this one?"
Me?
Yes, you. There's nothing to be afraid of. I guess I haven't given you much reason to think that, have I?
I came in because I heard yelling.
Oh, no.
It's my kids.
Oh. It's probably me yelling. What's your name?
Amy.
Amy. It's a pleasure to meet you, Amy. My name's Barry.
Nice to meet you.
Amy, so I had to do a yoga card trick for this woman. So I took off my jacket because you don't do yoga with a jacket on, and I took off my shoes because you don't do yoga with shoes on. Took off my socks. Thank you. Don't judge me. You don't do yoga with socks on, so I took off my socks too. And then I looked at the teacher, and I said, "Warrior 2, take your card." Got it?
Yeah.
Pull it out, show it to everybody. Don't let me see it. And then we will return the card in tree pose. Perfect. Now, Amy, do you know how to shuffle a deck of cards?
Yes.
Perfect. Take those, shuffle them up, and I will stand here serenely while you do so. Okay. Shuffle quickly. It's not as easy as it looks.
I feel like I need.
Okay. I feel like you can do one more. Got it?
Got it.
Good. All right, Amy. This last yoga pose that I'm going to do, it's the hardest one I know how to do. So please pay close attention to what I tell you. I'm not going to be able to see what you're doing, okay? Here in a moment, I'm going to ask for the deck of cards back. When you hand it back to me, you'll hand it to me sideways like this, with that bottom card, the 4 of clubs, facing that wall over there.
Okay.
Make sure I have a good grip before you let go. Do you understand?
I do.
Excellent. Take those, hold on to them. Like I said, this is the hardest yoga pose I know how to do.
Oh, that one is hard. I've done that one.
All right. Make sure that 4 of clubs is facing that wall over there. And place the cards in between the feet. Perfect. Nope, yeah, that's fine. We got it. Here we go.
Oh my
All right, Amy, I think I'm down to 1 card. What was your card?
5 of diamonds.
The 5 of diamonds? Is that the 5 of diamonds?
Thank you.
You guys want to see one more? Yeah!
More yoga.
More yoga. What else do I know? I don't know. What else? Tom, I could do downward dog. That one's not as entertaining. No, I tell you what. We'll do the stupid one. Like I said, I really I got very interested in the dangerous kind of things that magicians do, and most of what you see in a magic show is not real. It's made up. Some parts of it are real, some parts of it are fake, but you're never quite sure. But there are some things that happen in this life that are so strange and so bizarre that even without any trickery, they still seem like magic. And that's what this one is. This is another crazy one that I must ask that you please don't try on your own, because you see what I have here is 50 pounds of broken glass.
Flag behind you.
What's that? Oh,
Sit down at the
oh
table.
my.
Don't touch the camera. You see?
This is composed mostly of wine bottles and mason jars. That's why I brought a vacuum, don't worry. All right. Now I tell you what, I need, who's the big, strong, brave man of the group?
Not me.
You wanna help?
Yeah.
here's what I need you to do. First of all, I don't have gloves with me today. Here, we have a wine bottle, and it will require a very hard strike. You're going to have to hit it a lot harder than you think you need to. Okay? Wine bottles are indeed quite tough. We're going to roll it up in this towel, and I want you to take the hammer and give it a good solid whack right there in the middle. Man. Okay, all right, we got it. Yeah, I think you broke it. She's got some rage issues.
Yes.
You're kind of scary, and I'm the guy walking on glass.
Yes.
All right, so now let's take this. We'll add it to the glass so you can.
Oh.
She powdered it. There's nothing left. All right. We have 50 pounds of broken glass. And I said this before, this is not something you want to try on your own. Let me move that just a little bit. Legos hurt. Yes, they do.
Yeah, sure he does broken glass, but can he do Legos?
There are some things that I'm not willing to do.
That's how you say it.
No more? Should we take it one step further?
Yeah. Not on the glass.
What's that?
No, don't take
Not-
a step
not on the
further
glass?
on the glass. Don't eat the glass.
What's that?
Don't eat the glass.
I'm not going to eat the glass.
Let's get Lego.
What kind of shoes? You guys, you got good shoes on. Can I get the two of you to help me out? Yes.
Okay.
And you're her mom, is that right? Okay. Perfect. Because here's what I want you to do. I'm going to lay down face first in the glass.
No.
And the reason that I want you up here is I want you to hold her hand to make sure she's steady. I don't want her to hurt herself or anything like that. And you're going to put one foot in between my shoulder blades. The other foot is going to go on the side of my face, okay? I'm just going to hold it.
Why?
Because she thinks Legos hurt.
Do you want her shoes on or off?
On, please.
On?
Yes. Yes. I don't want to take any chance of her stepping
Hey,
on.
Grace, do you want to wear my boots?
So, yeah, I think you'll be okay as long as you don't trip. That would be unwise. All right. So you guys can stand right over here if you don't mind. Walk around.
I don't know.
Here we go. Just a couple of quick adjustments. That's crazy, but not that crazy. A little bit. There we go. All right, and as I said, take one foot and place it in between my shoulder blades, and then step up and put the other foot on the side of my face.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Ah. And generally, this causes a loud round of applause. Because of applause. All right.
We were just terrified.
Wow.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Give us a big round of applause. I think the bravery to do that. Thank you so much. I don't think so. I hope not. Am I? Okay, good. All right, I want to say thank you guys for having me out here. I've had a fantastic time performing for you guys. You've been a truly magnificent audience. It's always a blast for me to come to other magic clubs and perform for them. Thank you guys so much for having me out. My name's The Amazing Mary. You guys have a fantastic new year.